Welcome to Creative Living, where we help you live your most creative life. I'm Jane Manzuris. Spring is in the air, and that means one thing to most people: spring cleaning. So today we're going to clean up your beauty routine and your home. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up on the show. We're crashing a craft room for a sweet treat. Clever ways to spring up your home decor. And if you're looking for a chemical-free way to clean your house, we've got the DIY products for you. That and so much more on this episode of Creative Living. Spring is known for spring cleaning your home, but it's also a really good time to clean up your beauty routine. So joining me today is Tracy Perkins, the owner of Strawberry Hedgehog, a vegan beauty and bath boutique. Now, Tracy, we know the skin is our largest organ in the body, so it's really important to know what we're putting on the skin is getting absorbed into the body. So we should really think about what we're putting on the skin.
Absolutely. It's one of the things that gets most overlooked, and it is the most important thing in my opinion, and certainly in my line of work. So I have really dedicated my life to creating skincare that is not going to contribute any toxins to your body.
What type of things should we avoid?
Well, I have a top 3 no-nos to look out for. My number 1 is fragrance. Because it is a blanket term that's used in the cosmetics industry that can actually mask hundreds of other ingredients that they don't legally have to put on the label. Number 2 is parabens, and they come in all different forms. So look for that root word paraben and try to avoid it. Parabens are preservatives that are used in products that give it a natural shelf life, but it actually is very harmful for your skin, and if you're absorbing that, it can lead to even breast cancer, skin irritation, hormone disruption. And then the third one is sulfates. It's found in a lot of detergents. So I opt for soap always, obviously, but sulfates are a major skin irritant.
When we're looking at the label, what are we looking for? What's the good stuff?
Okay, the good stuff that you're looking for on the label is definitely essential oils, definitely plant-based ingredients. So if you see plant oils, coconut, sweet almond, apricot kernel, all of these are wonderful. You want to be looking for organic as much as you can, because then you know that those plants were not grown using pesticides and herbicides, so none of that is coming to you.
So you have some good examples here of what we should be using.
Over here we have my tea tree rosemary facial soap. I made that bar, not that individual bar, but I made that scent in 2003, and it cured my acne, and it has helped hundreds of people since then. So there is tea tree, there's rosemary, peppermint, calendula, green tea, and then the secret ingredient that's not so secret,
we won't tell anybody,
is geranium, because geranium actually helps to balance hormones.
Is that oatmeal?
It is. This is oatmeal. This is our almond oatmeal soap. It's really good for dry skin. It's also really helpful for a lot of our customers that have eczema or psoriasis.
Sure.
The oats are really helpful to mend any irritation, and then the almond is just extra moisturizing. We also have some different mineral makeups that are completely toxin-free. They're primarily plant oils, but then all of the colors are from minerals.
I see over here skin firming eye cream. Who doesn't want that?
Right.
What makes that so special?
So the primary ingredient in our Spring Goddess Firming Eye Cream is prickly pear seed oil, which is a wonderful anti-aging oil. It helps firm everything up, and it helps to even out skin tone. It also has rose and jasmine and some chamomile, so it's good anti-inflammatory, and it just smells like springtime.
All good stuff.
Yes.
So you have a personal story. The reason why you got into this business. Tell us about that.
I was working in the cosmetics industry, and I was very sick, and I didn't understand what was going on. So I had really bad skin, I had migraine headaches all the time, I had horrible asthma. I actually got to the point where I was coughing up blood, and it was just terrible. And I was reading labels, and in the store that I was working in, they would teach you, here are these great ingredients to focus on to tell your customer. And there was a huge list that you never talked about. And I thought, well, why am I not talking about these things?
Exactly.
So I tried to learn about what those are and found out, oh, hey, these are actually really toxic. So I started making things for myself just to see if it would work, if I could eliminate some of the toxins. My breathing got better, my skin got better. I think I've had 2 migraines in the last decade when I was having them weekly. So it has really turned my life around, and as a result, I've been able to share it with thousands of people.
Tracy, thank you so much. You're going to stick around?
Yes.
Tracy's going to be back a little bit later on in the show to talk about spring cleaning our home, and you don't want to miss her DIY cleaning products. I couldn't wait to crash our latest craft room because it involves chocolate and cake. How sweet is that? This is Craft Room Crash, and I'm in Highland Park, Illinois, outside DIYer Melissa Foreman's house. Now, she says in her real life, she's just a radio DJ, but in her craft world, she's the cake boss. Let's go crash her craft room and find out what Melissa is making today.
Hi, Jane, you're here. Come on in out of the cold. I have something really warm for you.
Okay.
I know you're gonna like it.
I can't wait. All right, this is great. Okay, so this is your kitchen.
Yes.
Where's the craft room?
This is my craft room. This kitchen makes me happy. It's bright, it's white, the sun fills this room, and so I spend hours in here. I make cakes as a hobby, and I've become a bit obsessed.
Box cake.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't bake cakes from scratch. I could, I have, but I really spend my effort and my energy on making these cakes look real. You know it'll be delicious,
Yeah.
and then work on your decorating skills.
And by the way, it's yummy.
My favorite kind of cakes are the ones that are supposed to look like, a hamburger or have bumps or ridges or be painted.
Fondant, fondant.
Crafting's amazing, but when you get something that a person could eat, fondant, we're Midwest, so fondant, you can call it fondant, and they put almost into their soul that you've baked.
Fondant.
Yes.
I don't know how to say it.
Fondant. It's a whole nother level. This has something to do with what we are gonna do today. We are making a giant candy bar. So first we're gonna bake a cake. All right, so I've already made a cake. I already baked a cake. Mm-hmm. Then we're gonna frost the cake. And you can make your own frosting.
I don't really know how to do this.
Just load it on, you're not gonna ruin anything. Look at you. Look at you, girl. All right, you know what? Then we're gonna put chocolate bars all over the top of the cake.
While you're doing that, I'm just gonna eat the
So look, I'm gonna just...
You're gonna do the whole, you cover the whole thing?
We're going to do the whole cake.
I'm just gonna eat candy while you do that.
We're gonna roll out our chocolate brown fondant so it looks like a wrapper.
Fondant.
But,
But it's with an A. Fondant.
Fondant. And it's perfect. Now we're gonna cut out all the little pieces. Try not to cut through my countertop. We're gonna glue it all down. To glue fondant onto other fondant, you just use a little water. That's it. And it will stick together perfectly. And we're going to make it look like it's a real candy wrapper. And it's like, look at this. And this is all at your local craft store.
Well, so thank you for having me in your
so
craft room.
welcome.
I love you. Thank you.
I love you too,
let you shine
Jane.
it up.
Okay, I'm gonna shine it up.
Thanks so much to Melissa. Now we all know how to make a candy bar themed cake. And that is what Melissa is doing in her craft room, craft kitchen. What are you doing in your craft room? I'll see you next time.
Keep going. Help me out.
Okay. Here's an easy DIY remedy for dry hair. Mash up an avocado, mix in an egg, and rub it all over your hair and let it sit for 20 minutes. Then wash it out for some nourished, lovely hair. Here's what's coming up next. We've got tips on how to throw a March Madness party and clever ways to spring up your home decor. March Madness is here, and if you're looking to throw the ultimate tournament party, we've got some tips for the big dance.
Hi, I'm George with George Abrams Events, and today we're going to talk about hosting an NCAA party at your office. With all parties, I try to look at first what we have, what we can use, and what's easily available. We went with some things that we had left over from other events. We had foam fingers from a Super Bowl party that we had done as a birthday party the year before. The popcorn boxes were left over from an Academy Award party. Because this is not for any specific team, Our color palette was just bright primary colors. If you happen to have a team, then you might choose to go with those colors instead. Well, we had brought in linens actually. The black and white stripe we did to conjure up the referee shirts, and that would be easy to find almost anywhere. This ribbon, which was on the clearance, it's actually an elastic, and it just caught my eye, and I think it cost 50 cents, as well as this vinyl that we cut up and made into placemats, and I can show you how to do that. I bought this vinyl in the 99-cent pile at a discount fabric store. I thought that it resembled a basketball, so I pulled it out. Then went with this, so I'd have the right size, which is a placemat I already had. Drew around. I used a Sharpie so that it would have a thick line and be forgiving when we cut it out. After doing that, we had placemats. If you are in need of anything as a table linen or a base to put things on, this will work. As far as food, we try to do things that could be made, or if you're someone that doesn't cook, like myself, could be picked up and kind of do a sort of a party hack, if you would. You know, we've got this shrimp that we're calling our skybox shrimp. Vegetarian, the vegetables. Just dairy for the cheese. And then we actually have some meatballs for our hot item. We chose to use regular beef meatballs that we bought at one of the big box stores, made a recipe and cooked them in the crock pot as well as keeping them in the crock pot. Blue punch. Now, that was just a store-bought punch that we would add a little sparkling 7-Up Sprite, something along those lines to give it a little festive feel. Of course, depending on what type of office you work at, we could always do something like a sangria or a margarita on the rocks. Hopefully some of these tips and tricks will work for you and you can have time to enjoy the tournament.
It's time to think spring, and with springtime here, that means a healthy dose of flowers to go along with it. So I've got your DIY guide to spring home decor that will have everyone smiling. And it all starts with a little inspiration. So let's get started. The easiest way to spruce up your home is to give your front door some love with this garden hose wreath. Now you can buy a 4-foot garden hose or just use an old one you already have. Coil it up, add some flowers in a bow, and you're ready to go. Now, a fabulous, easy idea to add more flowers to your home is this mason jar floral display. You just paint a mason jar, glue on a foam ball, and insert the stems. This will give a pop of color to brighten up any room. Another great tip to create personalized spring DIY decor is to take oversized, boring letters to in bloom initials. Glue faux flowers into cardboard letters, and this makes a great home office decoration too. Okay, I've got a few more ideas hatching for your spring DIY decor, like this frame sign. All you do is glue mini frames together, add fancy cardstock with printed letters to spell spring. You can personalize it too, using a family name or another word like love or flowers or blooms or bunnies. I know, okay, you get the idea. Now, we all associate spring with Easter, so get the kids involved with this craftastic idea. Just cut out a bunny silhouette, paint a blank canvas with your favorite springtime color, and add some embellishments. Now you can have the kids make one for their rooms. What color will your bunny be? And keeping with the bunny theme, these little rascals took a dive right into the flower pot. To make this clever project, just wrap a foam ball with fuzzy fabric, add felt feet and a cotton tail, and it's bottoms up on a cute spring display. Oh no, it's not magic. You can make this stunning centerpiece for your next spring fling. To create the illusion, the secret is a fork. Bend it and glue it to the cup and saucer, then add flowers, and you've got yourself an artful masterpiece. And finally, everything comes alive in the spring, and your wall art should too. So create a whimsical wall tapestry by using fabric flowers, yarn, and pretty buttons. No watering needed for this spring-inspired project. There you have it, your DIY guide to spring home decor. It's easy, satisfying, and fun when you make it yourself. So with a little inspiration, some imagination, you can celebrate spring. Just get started on these projects now before it's fall again. up on creative living. Spring clean your house with products you can make at home that are chemical free. And a planter that will add a decorative touch to your spring garden. We are back with Tracy Perkins from Strawberry Hedgehog to talk about spring cleaning our homes. Tracy, me, and probably so many other people have tons of cleaning products at home. Do we really need all of them?
No. It's a great marketing technique to sell you lots of things, but really you can get away with one good surface spray. You can use it on all sorts of different things.
So talk about the difference between a store-bought product versus something that's handmade.
Something that's handmade, especially if it's DIY like we're gonna do today, you know exactly every ingredient that's going into that product.
Yeah.
So you know there's nothing in there that's going to harm anybody if you're worried about kids or pets or anything like that, you know. As opposed to products that you can buy on conventional store shelves that they do not have to tell you what's in those products. And there are all sorts of things that are very harmful. If there are warnings to not pour it down the sink, if there are warnings to not let your kids get a hold of it, of course, it's filled with harmful things.
You've got some great ideas on how to make our own home cleaning products. So let's just talk through these really quick. This is a soap?
Yes, this is just a liquid soap. So I believe it was last year the FDA finally declared triclosan as a toxin, and so it's eliminating it from hand soaps. That was a main disinfecting component, but you can get the exact same disinfecting power from just soap. So what we do is we take our bar soaps and you can actually shred it and mix it with boiling water and put it in a pump bottle, and then you have liquid soap.
Okay, and we're always doing laundry, and so laundry detergent, I mean, we're not even thinking about what chemicals are going in there, and they go in our clothes and then they go in our bodies.
Exactly.
So this is a laundry powder. How is this made?
Yes, so that's our laundry powder that we make. It has washing soda, baking soda, Epsom salt, essential oils, and then our actual soap grated up in it. And you only need a small amount because it's super concentrated, so a little bit goes a long way. And it doesn't contain any of the detergents that can irritate your skin. It doesn't contain any of the synthetic fragrance that can lead to all sorts of other problems.
You're going to show us how to make one today. What are we making?
We're making an all-purpose, all-surface spray.
Which we love. Like, everybody has the all-purpose spray. I want to have one in every single room of the house. And you're saying it's easy to make our own, and it's going to get rid of the bacteria.
Exactly. I'm going to step you through it.
Okay, I'm making it.
All right, you're
okay,
making it.
Am I using this?
Yes, we're using this spray bottle.
Alrighty.
All right, we're going to start out with some white vinegar.
Okay. Yeah, I love that.
Here we go.
How much?
We're going to go 1/4 of the way up. So vinegar is an excellent disinfectant, but it's a great way to eliminate odors in the air. This
What's
is just
that?
distilled water.
Oh.
So we're going to go almost to the top,
so
right at the bend.
So you're using a lot more distilled water than you are the vinegar.
Absolutely. And then we're going to use a little vodka.
Oh.
The vodka will help disperse and help
That's
it dry quickly. So you're going to go up to the bend. There you go. So it's about 1/8 vodka. Perfect.
Oh, I did put a little bit too much in there.
That's okay. It's all good.
I got a little extra shot of vodka in there.
Get a little heavy-handed to the bartender. And then we're going to put in our essential oils.
Okay.
So this alone is a good disinfectant. It will kill bacteria on surfaces. But if you want it to smell amazing and have an extra punch of disinfecting power, then go with the essential oils. Just going to do 5 drops of peppermint. We're going to do 5 tea tree. Tea tree is our best disinfecting oil.
I can smell it.
And then we're going to do a full dropper of the lemon essential oil.
Like that much?
Yes. Look at all that fresh lemon. So each time you use it, you're going to just shake, shake, shake. And then make sure that your nozzle is on spray.
Yep. We're ready to go.
Okay.
So I'm going to spray this. I love that you're sharing the secrets with us on how to make this stuff ourselves. Tracy, thank you so much. Great information.
Thanks, Jane.
Absolutely. For more information on Strawberry Hedgehog, just head to the website. Stick around. We'll show you how to update an old planter into a thing of beauty for spring. A great way to add more color to your patio this season is to create your own DIY flower pot using scrapbook paper. So dig out those pots, plants, and green thumbs, and let's get started. You'll need an old ceramic flower pot, scrapbook paper, decoupage, sponges, and polyacrylic protective finish. You can also add embellishments if you want. Cut the paper into strips, and using your sponge, add decoupage to the pot, and then add a piece of paper over it, and more decoupage on top. Repeat that step and cover the entire pot. Be sure to layer the paper and create an interesting pattern. Once it's dry, paint over it with polyacrylic finish. This step gives your pot a protective finish, and I like that. After you let that completely dry and added your embellishments, there you have it, a decorative DIY flower pot to celebrate the summer season. Thanks so much to Tracy for all of the natural spring cleaning advice. Here's a few more ways to use the products in your pantry to clean your house. Olive oil is a great option for cleaning stainless steel, such as pots, pans, and appliances. Just put olive oil on a soft cloth and rub in a circular motion to buff out any dirty spots. For an easy glass cleaner, just mix white vinegar, distilled water, drops of an essential oil, and shake. This is an affordable and easy way to clean your windows, mirrors, or even shower doors. If your stovetop needs a good cleaning, just pour on some baking soda, sprinkle with water, and let sit for an hour, and then wipe off. And finally, white vinegar can be run through an empty cycle of the dishwasher or coffee maker to freshen and brighten them up. Thanks so much for joining us right here on Creative Living, where we merge everyday life with imagination. I'm Jane Monzuris, and I'll see you next time.